Look over there. In front of me. That way. Look over there. There's Hollywood. My name is Gray Burton. It's 6 a.m. in North Hollywood. Now I'm on my way with this 360 cam to meet a group of people, some of whom will be meeting for the first time. And we're about to embark on a little bit of an adventure, an experiment, and hopefully an opportunity for them to share their dreams with you out there in the world. This is a 360 cam. It captures the whole circle of the environment and everything above and below. Basically everything to the point just under the camera, yeah? And what we'll do is, well, we're going to experiment with it by telling stories and sharing with each other our experiences of Hollywood. I mean, mine are all of the last few days pretty much, but you guys have a lot more experience of it than me. And I'd like this to be about your stories. So people have used these kind of cameras before for things like sticking on top of a ski helmet and skiing down slopes, and it's only now that filmmakers are trying to experiment with creating storytelling exercises with them and making them relevant and sort of incorporating technology too. I'm hoping that today we treat this like a conch, yeah? Does everybody know what a conch is?
No. Is that a shell?
Yeah. Like
speaking stick.
Lord of the speaking stick. Yeah, that's another way. That's another way of looking at it. So that the person who has the speaking stick or the conch gets to share their story, and we all get to, you know, listen and interact with it and participate. But the person who's holding the conch is the focus of the story, basically, their own story. The stories that I've asked for are about you being in Hollywood and your experience of Hollywood. And yeah, let's see where that goes. We can ask each other questions. We can try out different things, you know. This is a grand experiment. Cool. It's the first time that I know of that anybody's done it. So we're going to try it out, okay? So who wants to hold it first?
Big hold straps.
Yeah! Nice!
Have you hit record?
Yeah,
awesome.
that was on.
So one thing that does help is to try and keep it level, so that the that the lenses stay level, because it does change angles like a camera too.
I don't know if you go
That's on the...
a little bit on the piss. It's all right. You're all right, mate. You're all right.
When did you come to LA?
3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm pretty fresh myself.
Nice.
Thoughts so far?
So far, well, to be completely honest, like, from hearing about LA from New Zealand, it feels very far away and kind of unachievable and everything, but being here, it's kind of just, you know, it's just me in a bigger place with more opportunities, and it's, you know, it's not really as big of a deal, which is cool. But yeah, so I'm over on the J1 visa, which is like that 1 year working visa.
Lucky.
So yeah, so it means I can do other work at the same time as acting, which is cool.
Is that because you studied in New Zealand, you just finished studying, so you got the visa to be able to come over for the year?
Yes, you have 1 year to use it from your graduation of uni.
It's the best idea. It's so cool.
Yeah. So,
I don't think they had anything like that when I was at uni.
yeah, I think it's quite new, but I don't think it's going to last long,
Is
actually.
it just Australia and New
It
Zealand?
was
Australia.
Well, it was definitely around when I came over. I've been here 5 years. It was
Oh,
around
wow.
before I came around, but I didn't study.
Me either, I was going to say.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, you can't, like, even little courses you can't use, it has to be a proper degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I didn't come, if I wasn't in the country by June the 6th, it would have expired.
Wow.
Yeah. So I kind of,
Here you get a year
from
when you're
then,
right.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a year to work, and then you get a 1 month grace period to travel as well.
You got ages left.
Cool.
That's cool.
Were you scared?
Not really.
What?
No, because I've lived in Australia the last 4 years, so I've lived away from home. So I wasn't.
Watch out for the ship.
Lovely.
Another general rule about Hollywood. Yeah.
Exactly. Find a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like coming over, it didn't really feel like it was happening. Like I still feel like I'm on holiday a little bit. So, yeah.
It'll hit you soon.
Yeah, it'll probably will.
We're brand new still.
Yeah.
Whereabouts do you live?
I'm living with Jen because I already knew her back in New Zealand
It's a small place.
in West Hollywood, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, good luck.
Good place to live.
Yeah, and we've done a bit of like tripping up and down the coast too, which has been cool to see California. Yeah.
Isn't it incredible?
Yeah.
How far did you go up? Did you go up? or down?
I went to San Fran with these guys, and I went down. Woohoo!
Oh, wow.
It only gets better.
And then I went down to San Diego with a few other friends as well.
Oh, San Diego's my favourite spot.
Yeah,
to go to. It
awesome.
is so beautiful down there.
And like all the little beach towns along the way,
Yeah.
like San Clemente and
Crystals.
yeah, and Encinitas was my
Surf?
favourite. I have done surfing, but I didn't on this trip.
Yeah. Damn, it's incredible out here.
Cool.
So nice and pushy and gentle. Great.
Have you got? So, are you going to be? Are you represented here or?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I've got representation back home and in Australia,
Yeah.
so they're probably going to help set me up with someone here
Yeah, sure.
eventually. But yeah, no, just find my own stuff in Italy. Yeah. Yeah. And get a job.
What's been your most American experience since being here?
Most American experience. Oh. I think it's just the people.
The American people.
Being in Venice, actually, that was like quite a culture shock, you know? Seeing, you know, if that was the first place
Yeah.
I'd gone, I would have been like, where the hell am I? Yeah.
Yeah, it was scary at first, right?
Yeah. But,
This is cool though, because there's so many different types of people.
yeah. But, you know, I think the most American thing would be the people and them not knowing about New Zealand. We're quite insignificant in comparison,
Right.
which is
You from
I got-
Australia?
nice.
I remember getting asked when I first came out here how long it took to drive from New
Oh
Zealand.
yeah, I got the bridge question the other day.
What?
Oh, there's not a bridge.
Oh,
I'll take the view in a little bit.
It's a beautiful time of day, right?
Yeah, right?
I mean, just look at this.
Is that?
How
Oh, that's
goddamn
lovely.
magnificent is that?
Yeah, right?
What's your name again?
Ari.
We've been walking
Ari,
for like
yeah.
10 minutes, right?
How long have you been here? You said something.
5 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, what made you want to come out to
I actually,
LA?
well, I did, I studied, you're standing on a massive pile of red ants right now.
oh my
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow.
Let's not get...
Can they,
it's gnarly.
now this is the most American experience I've had.
Get bitten by some red ants.
Wait till you hit a
Um,
rattler.
Yeah, that does happen. That will be coming out.
Snakes. I haven't seen a snake yet.
Neither.
Snake on a trail?
Oh, you will.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I saw a snake in Venice around someone's neck.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's
Always.
Venice.
It's kind of different when you walk around a corner in a trail and you're like, oh, hi, snake. I'm going to go this way now.
You don't walk. You like.
No, you know what? You stay there. It's fine. You stay. Yeah, snake, that's your territory. We're good.
Okay.
I came. So, back to your question. I moved out here 5 years ago, but like 18 months or 2 years before that, I came out and studied in New York at the neighborhood playhouse.
Nice.
And then on the way back through, because I studied with Michael Sacente back in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Old Sacente.
But you pretty much cut your teeth on TV to begin with.
Yeah, in New Zealand, yeah.
Come back home.
Shorty, and then
Everyone hesitates.
yeah, Shorty.
Everybody
No,
hesitates when they say
it's so funny.
Shortland.
Yeah.
we all
I remember saying before going on Shortland Street, I was like, duh, oh, I'd never do Shortland Street. Ah. And then they go, oh, here's a contract, and you go, oh yeah, okay, consistent work.
You can tell Ari's one of the more successful ones because unlike me, he only played one character instead of like 7 over 12 years. 3 days of the time.
But to be totally honest, Shortland Street was incredible and an amazing learning experience because the workload that you're dealing with, it forces you to. You can't be a lazy actor because if you're a lazy actor on that show, you look horrible.
Right.
Yeah.
You look absolutely terrible.
And they
Because
change the script on you like overnight and
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah, totally.
Even the relationships you made, probably even just moving out here, knowing a lot of those people.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so before that, like Shorty Street, and then like did Go Girls before that, and then did Power Rangers, and I booked a role in a TV show when I was like 10. The Tribe. Yeah. So that was like
Amelia and
yeah.
those guys, yeah.
Amelia Reynolds. Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah. So that like spouted an entire generation of actors in New Zealand. That was like Antonia Preble, Beth Allen.
Right.
Watch out for poos.
Oh, they're all dry, mate.
Straight through it, brother.
Yeah, it's just grass.
There'll be viewers of this going, poos, watch out for the poos.
The horse trail.
You just
There's a
walked through
horse.
shit.
There's a horse ranch like right down there.
Yeah.
One of these houses around here, I think it's over that one. The dude who directed Grease lives there.
Oh no way.
Yeah. Yeah. So where were we? 5 years ago, came over. Yeah, but then I came through after I studied in New York. I came back through here and took meetings. My reps back home set up some meetings, and it was kind of overwhelming and a flurry. Like I had like 10 meetings in like 4 days. It was really, really intense, and kind of pushed me back off it and was like, well, that was really intense. If something pulls me out here, I'll come, but I don't want to move out here to chase it because I just felt like there was more stuff to do that I had to do back home.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, I got somebody that I'd worked on a show with back in New Zealand, wrote this film and basically cast entirely New Zealanders. They're Americans. They brought us all out here, it got us work visas. And then we made a movie and then stayed out here and
What was that?
kept
mate?
working. Blood Punch.
Ah.
Yeah. So it has Olivia Tennant, Mila Cawthorne, myself, Colin Holloway, Mike Ginn. There's also another guy who's been out here for a while.
Mike.
Mike Ginn.
Yeah, he looked
Yeah.
after me. He helped me buy my car
Oh yeah. Nice.
when I first got here.
When you first got here.
Yeah.
Hey, let's check
it's
the
a-
video.
Yeah.
5 minutes. Still got another 4 minutes or so.
Sweet as.
before it'll-
I think that's the best thing about coming out here is there's really I can only say since I've been here, there's been a massive growth of New Zealanders, like a small New Zealand community that have made it possible for a safe, like a comfortable landing in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Yeah, exactly. I remember, like, people that came over much earlier on were much more on their own from what I've heard. And now there's a huge amount of support from, like, the Consul General and the New Zealand Film Commission, and just it's a much more attainable goal, so there's more people doing it, so
And
just creates.
actors on the ground here, they are becoming ambassadors and
Absolutely, yeah.
mothers and things like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
People coming over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It's great. You're bound to know someone or have a neutral friend.
Brenna Owen.
exactly. Yeah. She's had she's had the same rent controlled apartment since like the 80s when she first came over here, or like the early 90s. She's paying like something ridiculous and just has like an incredible place.
Wow.
If you can get a rent controlled apartment in Los Angeles, rule number 1, take it.
So,
Big time.
Ari, how did you feel about coming into this huge pond, you know, out of New Zealand? I mean, even into the safe environment of having that film that was in production.
I came over here because I'd come over here before. I feel like I came over here preparing myself for things to be hard.
You mean the first time you came, you were
When I came back afterwards, after we shot Blood Punch, because I was kind of bracing myself for things to be difficult and for it to take a while and to just kind of battle through, which was really good because there is like a lot of hardship about it, and you've got to have a lot of grit and stamina to keep on going. But at the same time, you gotta hold on to that dream and just keep pushing towards it, because you can let it get beaten out of you by the overwhelmingness of how big everything is. That's why it's so good, and we're so lucky to be able to go back to New Zealand and kind of get a little reboot of motivation
Totally.
every time, and recognize why you're doing it and what you're over here trying to do, and that you're not chasing a pipe dream. Like, you actually come from a place with like a community of people and good work, and you know, go back to your roots and you're like,
Yeah.
we're good, we can do this.
And
This is
I
just
think
extra.
another thing that's happening now is we can actually come over with confidence
Yeah,
that our talent is enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're on the map as well. Like, people know about New Zealanders.
Yeah, a lot more now.
When the last generation of actors were the first ones coming over here, it's been so difficult,
Yeah,
and they have to have such grit and resolve
Right.
to hang in.
Yeah.
People who had gone through studio systems, second generation actors.
Yeah.
I had a chat with Dino Gorman one time when he was over here, and it was the first time that he'd come back. It was after Lord of the Rings. We went out. There was a whole big group of us having dinner, and it was like, so what's it like to come back? Because he hadn't been back in a long, long time. So we go out this way. Yeah, he hadn't come back for a long time, and I was like, so what's it like? Like, yeah.
You're welcome. Enjoy your walk.
That's so sweet. Like it never happened. So we went out to dinner, and I had a chat with Dean, and I was like, what's it like coming back here? And he's like, it's like coming back to a restaurant that you got food poisoning at. Like, you're trying to enjoy it, but there's this thing in the back of your mind that's going, this fucked you up before. This really destroyed you. So that was a really interesting perspective, and I was, still pretty fresh at that stage as well. So I was like, okay, all right, so go forward with caution, but be good. Like, you'll be right. I thought that was a good piece of advice,
Nice one.
or a good perspective.
I think that's a good place to hand over.
Yeah, sweet. That'll do me.
Look at the little baby horse. Yeah, and the one down there as well.
So this road just keeps on going around, but then once we get around this corner and cut back around, then we go up and actually end up there.
Because you go
And
back
you
up.
go up to the
Yeah, I
side.
found a different track as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome because once you go around and up, you end up looking into the valley.
I'm going over here.
Right.
Okay, good. I'm over here.
I'm in the back.
Okay.
Good work, team.
Backside.
Good job.
So you're up, mate.
So I moved here in September 2014,
Nice.
about 2 years ago, and I moved out here to study. I've just finished at Lee Strasbourg, and had the best 2 years of my life there, probably.
Do you know Gabriella Newman?
Yeah. Oh, small world. She's not even a Kiwi. Oh no, she did live in New Zealand.
live in New Zealand.
Right, is that how you know her?
Such a Kiwi thing to do.
Weird, eh?
Oh, do you know? Oh, bro, yeah, I know that. Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
We're cousins.
That's a cool thing about being here is you meet a Kiwi and you're going to know them or know a friend.
Yeah.
It's just part of it,
Is
eh?
that how small the community is?
It really is. You're going to know someone of someone, I swear. Yeah.
It's gnarly.
There's like what, 4 million New Zealanders now? 4 point something? No,
Yeah.
just living in New Zealand though. There's something like 5 million New Zealanders.
Yeah.
But just living in New Zealand.
A fifth of our population is just like around the world.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, everyone.
But the uncanny thing is, you could be somewhere over the other side of the world and in conversation with someone. You go, "Oh, I know that fella."
Right.
Yeah.
No, I love meeting someone and shaking like Facebook mutual friends.
The Kiwi knack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the neck.
That's so real.
Yeah. What's my neck? I'm related to you. That's my neck.
I think that's the cool thing about moving here, though, is that I came out here and I did know a couple of Kiwis, and they were kind of my friends for the first little while because I find them a bit more normal than Americans. No offense.
No, I'm taking.
No, I've met some really cool American people too, but I think it was just
That's weird.
a nice trend.
Nice American.
Nice Americans. I think it was just a nice transition, like coming over here and knowing some Kiwis.
Makes you feel more comfortable, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I was young when I moved over and sort of moved here and
Were you
be
scared?
alone. I was scared. I sat in my room crying for the first 5 days. I was so like, it was completely overwhelming because I'd finished high school, I'd worked for like a year and a half, and then I moved out here. And I think it was a bit kind of, there's days where I'm like, what am I doing here? But then you just remind yourself why you're here and what you're doing. And I think
Why
it's,
are you here?
Why am I here? Because I want to act. I love acting, and it's the place to be, and it's the heart of it.
Right.
And the networking's great. And I've met some really cool people here, and
Americans
love
too?
the weather. Not Americans, no.
Us
No.
Americans are just dicks.
Americans are great.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. I forgive you.
You're good with your signage.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have a thing about writing shit on the sides of hills. There's a big B in Burbank. Like,
See, that's for the stupid people.
where
who
am I?
need landmarks.
Hey, when you're...
Oh, the big B.
For the planes to navigate.
Yeah.
So they don't actually hit the thing.
Exactly. For Americans.
Us Americans, what can I say?
So, have you got AU citizen? Eh?
No, I'm not. So I moved here when I was 6 weeks old, which is a pain because I wasn't born here.
Right.
But no, I've been out here on a student visa, and I'm going to be transitioning visas come September. So I'm going to go home in October, and like Ari was saying, like it's a good time to kind of regroup and like figure everything out again, and like remember why you're doing it and what you're doing it for. And I'll get back here. I'm not sure when, but I will be back hopefully sooner rather than later. So we will see.
We're back in 2017, don't worry.
Exactly.
What
I'll
visa
be back.
you're on?
I'm on a student visa at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, transitioning to an O1, so
Gosh,
yeah, all that
Oh,
fun.
I don't know those.
Yeah, all that paperwork's really good.
Is that quite the palaver? Is it? It's quite.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta. Yeah, you have to. I mean, the technical definition of the visa is alien of extraordinary ability in the arts or science. So the onus is on you to show that you are an alien of extraordinary ability. So you have to like submit press packages, all the things you've done. Like you've got to make your case that it's worth the American government bringing you over to do jobs that
Right.
they,
They could give
to
Americans. Right. That's the thing, the package is like this huge. I went to meet with a lawyer and it's like,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, it's like 150 page
Yeah.
application by the end of it. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But I mean, I'm realistic that I'll have to go home for a little while and hopefully do some work back home and then make my way back here. But I'm just starting the process and
Where's
enjoying
home
it.
in New Zealand?
Auckland,
Right.
Auckland, New Zealand. So I've spent most of my life there, all of it, except when I moved out here. So it's not a bad place. I like it.
I went away from Auckland myself and stopped acting in TV and film for about 9 years.
Oh wow.
And that was real transition
Right.
time. But when I went back, I was a fresh face again. So
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, right. And,
Yeah.
But with all that experience.
Yeah. How
and,
interesting.
And so when I went back, my agent, I was auditioning solidly for the first month just to get in front of people so that they could work out where I fit.
In New Zealand, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. And so you've got representation in Auckland.
I don't. I left them before I moved out here, actually.
Right.
But I do. I've got a manager here, so that's something I'm in
When-
contact with a couple back home. But
And self-taping's so big now
right,
as well
Yeah.
right.
over there. I mean, in
Right.
the last 2 years,
this is
so much more work.
The crazy thing is, it's like you don't, with technology being the way that it is, you almost don't have to be here. Obviously, it's better to be on the ground.
Because then you're here if they need.
form the relationships and you actually meet people in the room, and that's really how things get going. But if you're going just off the work, which, little secret, it's not always the thing that gets you the job. Just off that, you can submit self-tapes and get whatever.
And then fly over if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, eh?
Yeah, that's why, because I teach self-taping sometimes.
Oh, cool.
The one thing I always say is before you accept the audition, you have to be totally committed to travelling, to jumping on the plane
Right.
at a moment's
Right.
notice and have the resources to be able to do that
Right.
if you're going to be away. And the alternative is be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean there's more access,
No.
but you've already shown the commitment.
Yes.
First thing.
Exactly.
If you're here, right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's an interesting place.
It's also funny that it's clear that just being here also isn't like that's your buy-in, but that's not all you need to do. Like
Well, it's-
just being here and sitting here waiting for shit to happen doesn't.
Well, it doesn't come to you. You got to work for the work, huh?
Because there's so many people here trying to do the same thing, so it's really it's the hustle. You gotta hustle.
And make your own work,
Exactly. It's so important.
which is something that we're so lucky to have gotten used to doing so much in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, that's
I
right.
feel like
It's all
a
DIY.
natural inclination is to make stuff where there are voids.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because then you're not sitting around just, you're doing something and learning and
See, a lot of Americans feel that we're entitled to shit,
yeah,
so they don't have to really
Americans.
work hard.
yeah.
This way, seriously?
Oh, lovely.
Fine.
Nice little hill.
Here comes the sun.
Do do do
I
do.
know it's shade here, but we'll work with that.
That's it.
We'll work, oh, okay.
So we can go the path, or we can go.
But yeah, you working hard is
wow.
always the biggest issue.
Right, I think with anything though.
Yeah, no matter what. And if you work hard and you have the passion for it, I think you're going to do really well and go far.
Right.
It's also knowing
Right.
what to work hard on because there's only so many things that you have control over
Right.
that you can do.
And putting your energy in something that's not going to
Right.
benefit you is
Like if
useless.
you're, you can't be like on your phone to your agent and manager all the time being like, oh, how was that audition? Can you put me on the phone with the casting agent and he talks to me?
Right.
Yeah.
Like that is almost going to work against you. It's like you almost kind of need to settle that stuff up,
Yeah.
do all the work that you need to do, and then allow it to just kind of be,
Right.
and then maintain staying busy and doing your own work
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. And that only adds to them wanting to work for you because if you're doing stuff, you're like, oh, this person's serious because there's so many people out here that are just kind of like, I'm gonna go to LA.
I know exactly.
Movies, it's gonna be
Be famous.
awesome. And they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of advice I've had from people in like Uber pools.
Oh yeah, they get
They've all
into
said
it.
that like everyone will stay here to be an actor for 6 months to a year, and then they'll leave and give up. And everyone's just been telling me they're just like, just stay, just stick
Yeah.
with it,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
you'll be
Absolutely.
surprised. Like if you actually
Yeah.
just want it, you'll eventually get there. It's like
Well, I
the
think-
time
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. It'll fall into place.
Yeah.
Like I said, you just have to have the passion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the
work-
determination. I think most of the most successful actors are the ones that haven't given up after a year or 2 or 10 years. They keep going and
Yeah.
because they know they want it and they love it and they keep doing it.
There's no other option.
I know.
I mean, that's
committed
what
so much
eventually
time.
you ask
Right.
yourself, don't you? You go inside and go, what else would I love doing?
Right, that's the thing.
Right. Right.
And if this, yeah,
Professional skater,
And then when you realise there's nothing there,
Yeah, it's got something here. It's got
well, I get them in for the long haul. Yeah,
being
so
a pro
true.
skater, it's good because I'm always filmed on a video camera on my skateboard, so I'm not shy in front of the camera.
right.
And a lot of my friends told me stuff, so I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And here I am,
That's how you started.
Exactly.
On that note, let's see how we're going with this. Pass the baton.
I feel the love. Calling me an old
I
man.
can't even put a monitor on it. I haven't shown you guys that. I'll show you.
Is it? Do you have wire? Is it Wi-Fi?
It's Bluetooth.
Okay, yeah. So you should be able to have a screen, or at least a player or something, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Have a look.
oh no, we're
Ah.
good. It's a 360 camera.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro. We're already taking one of you.
I like your hat.
I like your smile. You're fucking sexy, bro. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Here we go.
By the way, guys, I'm very blunt and I'm honest. So,
That's good.
Oh wow.
but I'm straight. Not.
There you go.
Oh wow.
That's,
That's
that's awesome.
So yeah, it's both
Fish
screens,
eye.
and
cool.
it shows it like that there, but it actually is knitted together
Flattens it out.
already when it stops
And
the
it
video.
literally looks
Yeah,
like someone's around.
You take photos of
Yeah.
it as well.
yeah. You can take photos on it too. Yeah, like full.
That's pretty rad.
That's
So-
incredible.
We're in handheld
Yeah,
Movi.
yeah.
Do you know what the Movi is?
It's rad.
There's insane rigs that you just hold and you can just run around and it will just stabilize and it's perfect. They're just the most incredible things.
That's pretty rad.
So they've got one that's just a little handheld one that's like a ball and a gyroscope that goes around and you can just click your phone into it. So it's just a little handheld one and it's like a movie.
That's
You can
so
just
cool.
run like crazy and it just
What
it
the
stabilizes perfectly.
Oh
And,
yeah, I've seen
That's
that.
so.
And is it 1080p or high,
Yeah.
4K?
yeah, I don't know, like
But-
it's super.
but
it's
it's
everything
HD.
you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. That sounds awesome. But yeah.
You've been around the block, mate. If you're 37.
Yeah, well, I've been around the block. I've seen many things. Yes, I have. And I mean, it's funny because about a year and a half ago, I was doing a charity stream. I don't know. Have you guys know what a stream is?
Like a live.
Yes.
Yeah, like a lot. Yeah.
But it was for video games because I'm Asian and I'm a gamer. So it was a guy named Greg Grumberg. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Nope.
He's on Heroes. Have you ever seen the TV show Heroes?
Yeah.
He's Matt Pickens or something like that.
it a
He's the
dad?
cop. He's the cop.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah, so it was his charity event. So I got in touch with him and we started talking and hanging out. He was just telling me, hey, you should try out and do something with acting. I'm like, well, I'm a professional skateboarder, bro. I don't think anyone would really need my talent.
What do I have to give to the world?
You know, exactly. I ride a skateboard and I do good and it's about it. But he was just telling me that I had such a good personality and I had this exotic look. So,
Hawaiian.
well, you know, I lived in Hawaii though. I did. So I kind of had that trait. But I am Japanese, Portuguese, and German. So,
Yeah, I can see the German.
see Kyle, yeah? I mean, just kidding. Jokes, seriously, jokes. I don't even like my German side.
Clothing? Get rid of that.
Yeah, true,
It won't serve you.
true. What were you saying? I'm sorry?
I think like my ancestors are German as well.
Oh,
I've got them from everywhere, but German definitely.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, do you know good
Oh, hey, nice. Awesome. I'll kill people that don't hire you. How about that? Is that good?
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so I've been an extra for a few shows. Filming a mini movie trailer next week out in New Mexico.
Skateboarding in it? Or...
No. Trying to act
Oh.
without the skateboard. That is correct. However, I am going to ask if I can have my skateboard there.
I'm sure you can take.
I don't think I could. I hope so, though. I hope so. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, you know, I'm doing this just to have fun, and I don't want to work at it. I want to kind of get in a different world other than skateboarding. I mean, I could do a 9 to 5. That's still fun. You know,
That's definitely one thing that I've realized about being over here and living this lifestyle is it's very spoiling. Like you have a lot of free time, and you can kind of just do whatever you want. It's very easy to.
Well, you could be lazy if
You could be
You
lazy.
could.
You could be lazy.
Very easily.
absolutely.
So you got to have like some kind of structure is so important. Otherwise, you can just kind of.
Exactly, and that's the reason why I said earlier, Americans feel like, you know, they're entitled to shit. Like anyone in LA that wants to be an actor or actress, they just feel like, oh well, I could do it, no problem. You need to give me the job. It's like, dude, seriously, like you suck. Like I'm better than you, and I don't even act.
It'll be a work.
And that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, this is into the valley. So you got like Warner Brothers and stuff in here. I think.
Oh, nice. I'm sweating like a fucking pig over here. I hate this hike.
Good mate, it's glisten. It's a glisten.
It's a glisten. You're
shine,
so
it's
beautiful. I
shine.
love you. Thanks.
Let's stop up here and have a look on this side. I mean, the thing that really got me coming here 6 days ago was you just don't understand the scale
Yeah.
until you arrive. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought Auckland was big when I moved here back in the 90s. And I mean, it's not even a tenth the size of LA. I mean, that's a whole country over there.
No shit, because it keeps on going and going. You can't see it because of the clouds, but yeah.
The LA County is like 12 million people or something.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the county is just one giant city. Like it doesn't stop. Like there's small pockets of like oil fields, but other than that, it's just city.
Yeah.
It's like 3 times the population of New Zealand.
It's the second largest county in California, I think.
What's the largest?
I want to say San Bernardino.
Oh, really?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, the Inland
Because
Empire.
Inland Empire, San Bernardino goes all the way out towards Vegas. It stops like right on the border of Vegas.
Right.
It's crazy.
But that place sucks too. Everywhere in California sucks.
I mean, you get this feeling, like I get this feeling when you look over there to those mountains, and you go over those mountains. Look, there's bigger mountains over those,
Yeah.
and if you go over those, God, they just keep going and going and going. And
Yeah.
Endless
I
possibilities.
mean, in New Zealand, you go over those mountains, and there's a bigger mountain. You go over those mountains, you're on the beach.
There's an ocean.
Nice.
You got nowhere else to go.
That's beautiful.
It's funny because a lot of people would find that isolating, but there's something so like comforting about that. And I don't know if it's probably because we grow up like that, but the idea of this, like the open space, like we opened for drives through the desert and we shot some stuff out in Death Valley, and it's like you're just looking at the scale of things and you're like, you almost feel agoraphobic, like this is too much. I need to get into a small room.
I actually freaked out yesterday.
Yeah?
When I had to go and see a client out in the desert, an hour's drive.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And
I ended up just in the middle of the desert with an Uber driver. And I thought, if you drop me off, I'm going to die. There's no cell phone reception here. I'm not getting an Uber back.
Step out the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a bit of a freak out.
Yeah.
Right,
Seriously. But and I pretty much came back as soon as I could.
yeah.
You know, but small steps. It's small steps.
No. I feel the same way, because if I go somewhere that has no Wi-Fi, no cell phone or anything like that, I'd shit bricks too. You know, it's just a scary thing, and especially being, new to the country, you're like, oh shit, that's even worse. So don't worry, you're not alone.
Breathe through the lack of technology and then be like,
Yeah.
I'm a human again.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I
this
can
is fine.
survive.
Yeah, I don't need this.
Have you guys ever like got your phone lost or wet and it
Oh,
got
yeah.
destroyed, and
Yeah.
didn't you feel like super naked, like without your phone? You're like, dude,
Naked, yeah.
yeah, you do. It's horrible.
Somebody said, I was watching a thing on a documentary about, was it Snowden? Yeah, Snowden. They said, what he was saying is that it used to be that a man's home is his castle, but that's not true at all anymore. A man's phone is his castle.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
everything,
Yeah.
your entire world
That's
is on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And once that's gone,
So sad.
yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's gnarly that technology took over that quick. You know what I mean?
You just couldn't live without it. That'd be so hard.
Yeah. So you guys are young. See, back in my days, you know how it was. We had no cell phones.
Smoke signal.
Yeah.
I remember what that was like.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dead serious. We used to do that down the ghetto. It was amazing. Like, cuckoo, cuckoo.
I'm coming.
See, they even turned around. They turned around when I did that shit. See, they know.
I'll go on this side.
I'm going to walk up my hand.
I got this, guys. Don't worry. I got it. I'll meet you at the top. Oh, you going there?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much further is it?
Just around the corner.
Wow.
Really?
Around a couple corners.
No, it's not around there. It's not that easy. sweetheart. It's not that far.
Corner goes for 17
Another
miles.
3 miles.
Yeah, I was like,
Joke.
Kind of misty out there.
No, it's not mist. It's actually heli smog.
Oh, really?
It's so magical. No, it's really not.
Right, it does look magical. But if you,
It does.
yeah, no, it's not car smoke. That's just death. But out from where I live in Orange County,
Yeah.
you look towards this area, you see like gray, black, and brown.
Yeah, it's just brown. Like
Yeah,
a brown
it's
band
gnarly.
over the sky.
That's a shame.
But
But up here,
it looks
above
beautiful. It does look
We
beautiful.
can breathe fresh air again, hey?
No, we're not. No, we're still dying here. Do you guys smoke?
No.
No.
We have now.
Ah.
It's true.
Hey Rebecca, have you been here a year yet?
I've been here since October 2014.
Oh wow.
Oh right, so it's almost...
So almost.
God, and I've seen you twice.
That happens all
It's a
the
big
time.
place. It's a really big place, yeah. So over a year and a half already, just like that.
Wow. And how's it been breaking in? Breaking in. Is it breaking in? Do you literally have to break the door down? Or?
I think so. When casting directors start to remember you, I think that feels like you're starting to become part of the world and part of the community. I feel like I really only broke in last week actually, because I had a small role in a TV show here.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You
thank
can give it a plug.
It's a Lifetime show, which is a channel here, and it's called Battle of the Sexes, and I have one of the guest star roles for the episode. I played American.
Oh,
That's so awesome. That is rad.
Stealing girls from me.
Yes. I will allow it. I love how he turns and looks at me like, dude.
We get it.
No.
We're coming for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Stuck at it, and then
Yeah.
Now give me your American accent.
Well, usually I warm up a little bit because I feel like my tongue gets really lazy when
Holy shit.
when I'm speaking. Yeah.
Dude, no, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go through it right.
Right?
Right?
For sure.
one thing I did notice when you were just speaking before was you start to hear the American accent coming into the New
Yeah.
Zealand accent. Have you actually noticed that yourself?
I have. Like in terms of the inflection and
but
the
also
rhythm.
in the R as well.
Yes, well, I was
Start to
born in the States, so I feel like I always rolled my R's a little bit.
Oh right, okay.
And that's how I'm able to be here, is because I was born here, so I have an American passport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luck.
So do you
Yeah.
reckon you'll stay here for a while, like for good?
Yeah, but the more I'm here, the more I appreciate New Zealand as well.
Absolutely.
The people, the productions, like when I went to see Hunt for the Wilder People a couple of nights ago, I was just, it reminded me of everything I love about New Zealand and its inhabitants.
Even, like the, you know,
Yeah, it was just
like the green.
so special.
But that's cool. New Zealand will always be there. You can pop home and see it, and
Yeah,
your family's there.
yeah.
There's actually an amazing song. I remember listening to this so much before I left New Zealand. Fly My Pretties by Fly My Pretties.
Yes.
Isn't that a song?
No.
It's like, it was like word for word. I was like, this is what I gotta do. It's like, fly away, I hope to see you back someday. Like, but the song's about Wellington and about how there's so much creativity in New Zealand,
Yeah.
but you're limited by the opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's okay to go fly away. You've got to go travel the world. You've got to go do that stuff,
Wow.
but come back home.
Yeah,
So that was like my song before coming over here.
that's so cool.
I definitely want to settle there someday. I love New Zealand.
Yeah.
Pretty cool place.
Yeah, and it's so, isn't it so nice to know that we have New Zealand
And
there
Sure.
Yeah.
supporting us and there.
And it's
They say, sorry, if you want to make an impact on like something, you need to go outside of it first. So like,
yeah.
if you want to like
Mm.
Right.
do something with New Zealand, you need to go outside of New Zealand. If you want to do something to the world, you have to go like globally.
Wow.
And that's what feels like so much is what is happening here. I mean, all of the New Zealanders over here that I know, everybody's intention is to be able to go back to New Zealand to create the work that they want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have to come here to get the financial freedom to be able to do that.
Right.
Because unfortunately, you can't make a consistent living as an actor in New Zealand. It's like
No.
it's just impossible. You can't do it.
Not right now,
So
anyway.
people want to develop themselves creatively and experientially to come back to New Zealand to then be able to make the industry much better
Right.
and much stronger and create more work
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
Because it's all
It's just like a whole new generation of
is.
people coming up and just doing.
doing your own stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now with the ability to be able to do it with nothing, it's incredible. You can.
And formats are changing. There's so much more opportunity. Things like 360 cam.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way we're using it is, you know, hopefully expanding on people's idea of the culture of communication. But we're going back with dancers, yeah,
Yeah.
and putting one of these cameras in the middle of a room,
Wow. Yeah.
and then saying, what does that do to choreography if your audience is in the centre of the room?
Cool.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
or in
Yeah.
the centre of the, but not even on the floor, you know, in the centre of
And just
space.
there, yeah.
Did you hear about a play in New Zealand that was done? It was like 5 years ago called 360.
360, yeah, no,
Yeah,
we've
Ray
been
Crawford.
talking about it. Same concept.
It's a ring stage, and the audience is in the middle on swivel chairs,
Oh my god.
and the whole
so
thing
cool.
just takes place around them.
And they move around.
That is so cool.
Yeah. It's Ben Crowder.
Ben Crowder, yeah.
It was one of the creators.
That's really
We're
cool.
actually probably going to use the 360 cam
Hey.
to cover it. Hey guys.
Awesome.
How you guys doing? Good, thanks, man.
Yeah, it sounds like exactly what you'd want to use it for.
That is not true. That's why I did not say that.
Don't worry, down is much easier. Oh my god.
It's so
It's like Last of the Mohicans up in here.
When I first start the day.
Yeah.
Laura, got a new routine now.
Yes.
Every day?
Yeah.
Well, maybe this is a good opportunity for you guys to start something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That'd be real cool.
Totally.
Group of Kiwis together for a little hike once a
We'll
week.
call it the Grey Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Great Wall.
In memory of Gray. Wait, when did he die? Oh, he's not
By the
dead.
way,
He's not here anymore.
you're a Kiwi now? Sorry, it just comes with the territory. You're a cuz.
Oh, no, it's fine.
No, I'm
There's a-
totally gonna do that. That'd be so
There's
cool.
a hike that you can do, one of the cell phone towers up here,
Oh wow.
that you start in Burbank at the back, like up by the golf course,
Yeah.
and you walk all the way up. It is the gnarliest trail.
Oh my
You're like-
gosh.
Did you do it?
Super, yeah, there's like
asshole,
super
you're
steep and like
nuts.
this. It's insane. It's really crazy.
Are you
I feel like Santa
exhausted?
Monica Stairs.
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
like
good
a-
things about those.
I
But
haven't
you
done that
can't- You
either.
can't do that in summer.
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
Way too hot.
There's just no way. It takes,
Yeah.
it takes like an hour and a half to get to the top.
Yeah.
And you
Wow.
just- there's no shade. There's none of this. Like,
Yeah.
You're just exposed.
Oh my gosh.
Are you rich back home, Rebecca? Or here?
I am.
Yeah?
I have 2 agents here and a lovely agent in New Zealand.
Oh, right.
So I'm really lucky.
Wait,
Yeah.
Two agents? Two agents at the same agency or two different agents?
2 agents from different agencies here.
What?
I've got one
Right?
commercial, one commercial, one
Oh,
theatrical.
commercial.
No, they do know about each other. One,
Right?
A commercial and a theatrical?
Hey, hey.
one's commercial and one's theatrical.
Ah,
So
Is that
Makes
what
sense.
happens a bit here?
yeah. So like your commercial agent helps you get auditions for print jobs and for actual TV commercials and online
right, yeah.
advertising, and then the theatrical does film and TV.
And it depends on, like, some agencies will have
Both departments, right?
they'll have commercial, theatrical, they have literary
True.
departments, like it just depends on the agency.
Yeah,
Right.
And back home, you're with one, right? That's
totally.
Your
I guess
agent,
there's
your
only
agent
like
is
4
your
or
manager.
5. Yeah.
How did
Yeah.
you get your agent? I mean, was it literally head sheets, phone calls?
I
sit
tried
down,
that,
have a meeting?
yeah. It was like sending out emails to people that I'd met who worked for different agencies, but in the end, I performed a monologue.
What's that sound?
It sounds
It's
like
a little
drone.
plane, it's a drone.
Ah.
And this is where I show my tits.
Is this the monologue that you wrote?
Yeah, so I wrote a monologue about being a Kiwi waitress in America,
Oh yeah.
and I entered in a competition and people thought it was funny, so this year I used it for a showcase, and my 2 different agencies approached me then and said, like, we haven't got anyone like you at the moment on our books.
We'll take you.
We'll take you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You'll forget.
So the thing that's been really like eye-opening to me, and what I'm just like I feel like my heart's like overflowing with love for New Zealand, because it's only ever when I embrace my New Zealandness that I feel whole, and when people
You're a
see
sexy man.
me, you know.
And
Hey!
and it
Yeah.
seems to actually be something that's
Yeah.
really yeah, it's getting you noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, that's definitely good.
Yeah.
One thing that was a really interesting learning experience that is what we were talking about before is the difference between what an agent and a manager is, because you have to
Yeah.
learn that coming out here.
Right.
Because back home, your
do
agent
both.
does everything,
Yeah.
and
Totally.
they get 10%, and that's just
I
the way
know.
it is. And out
Poor
here, you have
Kiwi
to have
agents.
separate. You have a manager.
It's a loud drone.
No,
That's not a drone.
That's not a drone.
that's
That's a
warning
speaker
us.
to probably stop people recording shit out there.
Do you think? Or it's like there's a coyote, run.
Oh my
It's a
god.
bear!
This turns into a horror film.
Hey, it's just your horror film.
Look! It's the Hollywood sign!
Oh my
That's cool how you see it so little from everywhere and then you come out and you're above it.
That's
That's
amazing.
Hollywood Lake, I think. That's beautiful.
It's well maintained, isn't it?
Wow.
God, I'd love to sit on that.
Yeah, just jump over and walk there.
Apparently, yeah, they've sectioned it off because people used to commit suicide
On the
Oh.
Hollywood side?
on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How? Is it that
How?
high?
Ow, ow.
I think
Both.
Just climb up.
How and why? No.
There we go, hey?
Too much and said,
and they were going to take the Hollywood sign
This is
down,
awesome. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they, like, I think it was Hugh Hefner bought the property or something. Something like that.
Really?
Wow.
So they could afford to keep it.
It was I pointed out as we drove past it, there's a realty company down on Beechwood called Hollywood Land Realty. And it used to say Hollywood Land.
That's what I was about to say.
But it
Hollywood
was
Lake.
like,
Yeah.
It looks better, Hollywood.
Well, shall we
yeah, you can actually, if you go up here,
It's the view's cooler up there.
and you can, when you're on top, you can get full 360 of the valley and here.
It's
Cool.
cool
let's
view.
do it.
Do you think this
But
is still
that's
going?
special, eh? Oh yeah, good point.
I know you want to sleep badly, we gotta keep going.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think so.
hold on.
Do you want me to hold your bottle? You got a pouch.
I'm an old dry man who needs plenty of hydration. Oh, you fellas, you young fellas, wait for us old people!
Hey, speak for yourself.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Wait up! I told you
That's
guys!
weird, eh?
It's a bit eerie.
Yeah.
Rip that shit down.
Wow. I mean, and then you just, like, scale, eh?
So you've been to LA before?
No, this is, I don't know whether you guys realise, but this is actually my first trip to LA.
Wow!
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ever? Wow.
What's yours?
Yeah!
I have just hit the ground running. I mean, I was really, it was lucky that it was an opportunity that we could do that I could come here and actually just be in the industry from
Straight away, yeah.
straight away from arriving.
Yeah. Going to
And-
like premieres and after parties.
I mean, that was 2 years of preparation for
For that short.
what we were doing with our relationship with Hunt for the Wilder People, and working with Carthew and brokering the deal with my boss to support it.
What was your role in Conch?
It was pretty small.
Yeah.
I organised a couple of parties, but I also helped broker the deal between my boss and James Wallace, who's the executive producer on the film, and that film. So,
So it wouldn't have happened without.
well, it probably would have happened, but I just was a part of that process, which is cool. Unbelievable. Look
I
at
think
this.
that's one of the things I've learned. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You know.
Yeah,
Put your time and yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's easy to put so much pressure on yourself.
And then to come here and actually just with material to shoot and the ability to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
not
our,
waiting for anyone else.
our philosophy is, you know, to cut to the edge of what's possible
Yeah.
with zero money.
Yeah.
And I'm really amazed at what we've achieved. We actually have 3 versions of the film, which we're taking back to New Zealand, and this is going to be a groundbreaking film because we
There's so much footage.
we shot entirely on 5D a standard sort of cinema camera, if you like, digital cinema camera. And then we shot alternative takes all on Android, on Samsung S7, Galaxy S7.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah.
So you got two different worlds that you can jump in.
Yeah. So but also two different techniques. So
Yeah,
I had a DOP that was working with the 5D and also working with the camera, and we were communicating together about how to achieve the storytelling. So I directed the films, I controlled most of the phone shots, and at the same time we got 360 takes of everything. So we actually have a 360 version of the whole film.
Oh wow, that's incredible. Would you intercut them, or would you release them as separate takes on the same thing? Like
No idea.
It's different personalities, right?
I don't know.
So what we do now is we're going to take that footage. We'll probably initially I'll do individual cuts,
Yeah.
but in a month's time we're actually sitting down with filmmakers in New Zealand to review all the footage. And to go and to have a forum about these are the pitfalls, these were the pluses, these were the minuses, this was what we had to work for, this was a scenario, and these were the limitations, and this was what was achieved on this budget. So is this worth funding for the next level? Because I don't, like I mentioned before, nobody's making fictional work with these things, and it's starting to happen. But the next 12 months are going to be, they're going to be the change of filmmaking. And if we're able to embrace this kind of technology with fictional storytelling and with alternative forms of communication, then the mass out here, you know, this whole place they'll all respond to it and they'll engage with it. One last thing before we wrap this up. How much time? I've got a couple of minutes. Okay. All right. Where's the very centre of this place? Right here?
It would be right here, but these two guys are there.
Hey, come and make a circle, guys, so we can see everybody.
Yeah, sorry, we are just finished.
Oh, it's all good, guys. Don't be sorry. We can share.
Oh
We
no,
can
please,
share.
by all means, move. Thank you.
So, we'll lay this down here. So, if you I'm standing right in the shadow of this. Do you think that?
Yeah, if you come jump over this side.
Isn't that going to
Do you
shadow
think
it?
that?
Nah, you'll be.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
because
the
otherwise
sun.
you'll appear as a silhouette.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But now you're a silhouette.
That's fine.
Okay, did you follow that across? Hopefully. If you're watching this, then this is the first Hollywood Conch experience. Number one. And these guys have all been a part of it. My name is Gray Burton.
I'm Rebecca McFadzean.
I'm Genevieve Moore.
I'm Ari Boylan.
I'm Yoshi Nurajumi.
I'm Laura Beverly.
And this has been wonderful and amazing, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we love you. Woo! We'll see you next year in the next Conch experience.
Yes.
Woo!
Are we getting drone footage as well?
Oh yeah.
And
We have a guest appearance.
we
with
made
Joe.
it to Hollywood.
We made it to Hollywood.
Can you see the smog?
We survived it.
It's out,
too
it's
small
out there
all
somewhere.
around us.
Don't worry, we'll fix that in post.
Really pleased.
Make it look prettier.